Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Destiny and I'm so excited to have you back. We are going to, once again, dive right in. So I'm gonna give you my pro tips. My mom pro tips. My stay-at-home mom pro tips. Actually, lies, not just my stay-at-home mom, because I did work last year and I still maintain these tips. So I'm gonna still say my mom pro tips. It's a general fact. My pro tips on how to manage your time the most effective way in motherhood, in my opinion, of course. This video was truly inspired by my girlfriend who this morning sent me this reel on Instagram, and she was like, I feel like this is you. By the time I get moving, you've already finished half your day. And I was like, it is me. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, it is me. Why wouldn't I just share some of my go-to on how I manage my time? Because I will tell you at the end of the video why I feel like it's essential to manage your time accordingly as a mom. Which is obvious reasons, but my reasons. I just found that when I am managing my time properly, things just run smoother for me, energy wise. I feel like I think better, I'm more relaxed and just more patient. And if you watched my last video on toddler tantrums, you would understand why I say that. I am very big on time management as best as I can so that I can just make my life and my family's life as easy as possible and just as stress-free as possible. Obviously things are going to happen. I'm not saying that I plan everything out to a T, but what I am trying to say is that most of these tips, or if not all 5 of these tips, will give you just optimum time. All right. Whatever. I could give you 100 reasons why I'm doing this, but I'm going to do it right now. So here we go. Planning ahead. I plan ahead as best as possible. I just like to be in the know. I want to know what's going on. Specifically for play dates and stuff. I am not one of those moms that could just off the whim be oh my god, let me just pick up your kids and they can all come over. I have mom friends that are like that, and 9 times out of 10, the days that they end up picking up my kid from school or hanging, whatever plans they make, 9 times out of 10, I need those days. But for me, I like to plan ahead. It just kind of helps me prepare for the day, mainly because I have 2 boys and they are 2 different age groups. So I just want to make sure for my oldest, when he has friends over, I have things going on for their age range, and also things going on for my youngest to be entertained so that he's not nagging his older brother. So that's just really for me why I try to plan ahead in those areas. Some of my tips for that. I keep a calendar in my kitchen, just on the door. And I write down our entire schedule that I know, things that we know we have going on. Whether it's I have doctor's appointments, basketball games, practices, baseball practices, Carmelo's and a whole bunch of clubs at school. So when those start, what days those are on. Any plans that I may have for the month, I also put on my calendar, mainly so that everyone knows mom actually has a life. Mom actually has things going on, so that everyone can just work accordingly on that. And by everyone, I mean my husband. Just try to keep me in the know. I guess very similar to my toddler tantrum video. I just need to know what's going on before I have a tantrum. I guess it all makes sense now, right? I just highly suggest it. Plan ahead. I plan the month out as best as I can, and then I will sit down and plan my weekly meals, and I'll go over that in a second, and then I will plan my daily day every morning. I most of the time write it out. Sometimes I don't, and I'll just say mentally I know I need to get this done, this done, this done, and this done today, and I stick to it. I found that breaking promises to myself was a habit I needed to stop, so I stopped giving myself things to do and be oh, I could just do it tomorrow. I commit to the things that I need to do for a reason. It's so that I can kind of stay well organized, just because I wear so many hats in my house, and that's just how I stayed committed to managing my time. My next one, which is a huge one, I wake up early, early. My alarm goes off at 5:05 every day, and most of the days, and that's on the weekends, most of the days I'm up at 4:45. But I found that waking up early has been huge for me. This is a habit that I started to create for myself during the pandemic. And the reason why I did this was so that I can just have a little bit of slow down time, a little bit of me time. And it was really the only time I was able to find me time because I had my kids home with me all day long. So I wanted to get up before them and and just kind of start my day and like do whatever self-care or self-love that I wanted to do for myself. I wanted to do it before I you know, inconvenienced anyone, you know, and by that I mean myself, because who else am I inconveniencing? But anyway, you know what I mean. Like I just wanted that time kind of just be alone, and honestly, like I just want to drink my coffee without being interrupted, period. And if I'm being more honest, I like to watch TV while I'm eating my breakfast, and I like to do that uninterrupted. So that's really why I wake up early, but also managing my time. I get so much done in the morning, and I try to do as much as I can before I even wake my kids up from school. There's motive to that, and I'll explain why maybe at the end of the video, maybe now, I'm not sure yet. I just find that first of all, I'm a morning person, so I can get up and I'm like boom, all right, I'm up, I'm getting showered, I'm doing my makeup, I'm out in the kitchen, I'm putting away dishes, making breakfast, switching over the laundry, just little things like that. And it has just helped me enjoy my day so much more, which is going to go into my next, so tip number 3. We got tip 1, plan ahead. Tip 2, wake up early. And now we're going to go to tip 3, creating small habits will reduce large tasks. Ooh, so that's why I kind of wanted to like mush this all together, because the first 3 are kind of they all coincide with each other. But these small habits that I'm talking about have made a huge reduction of like other things I have going on in my life. I try my best, and I preach this. If you are like one of my girlfriends I talk to every day, you hear me say it, do a load of laundry a day. And I'm not saying it always happens. 9 times out of 10, I always try to do a load of laundry a day. And if you can, obviously not everyone can, but if you can. The reason why, folding 1 load of laundry a day is much less work than folding a week's worth of laundry on your only day off. Do you get what I'm saying? So like I try to tell my girlfriend who work, but I do it in the morning because like that's just what I do. But I tell my girlfriends who work, throw it a load in at night, flip it in the dryer in the morning, and then when you come home, fold the dryer stuff, kind of keep up with that. You're only talking about washing like a total of like what, 15 items? I don't know, depends on what you got going on, but like it just reduces like that mountain of laundry you guys are always seeing me do when I do my clean with me's. Usually 9 times out of 10 I record my clean with me's on like the days that like, or the weeks that I have hit like mental health chaos, and like I can't get out of it. My kid was sick, I got all these things going on, and I didn't even know 7 days went by, like that type of chaos. Then I got this mountain of laundry I gotta go through, and it stresses me out, just pisses me off, and it takes up so much time that I could be using in a more valuable way. Like, you know, why fold laundry on your day off when you could be watching a movie with your kids, or taking them to a festival, I don't know, or like go to the movies. Watch a movie, go to the movies. You can see where my entertainment lies. But anyway, my point is like I wanted to like try to find the best quality time with my family, so I utilize my time as best as possible, just so that I can make our time together like, you know, special and just one-on-one. And I know I can say that because I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I can assure you I did these same things while I was a working mom too. So just keep that in mind. And for those of you who tell me like, I can never get up at 5 a.m. Let me tell you something. I don't know if coffee is important to you, but drinking a coffee at 5:30 in the morning with absolutely no one around you is like, I'm telling you, try it. And also before my kids, like when my kids were home, my 5 a.m. routine actually was when I went to the gym. So I would do everything I just said. I would eat, I would switch over my laundry, you know, switch over the dishes or take them out, whatever was going on. Then I would leave and go to the gym, come home and shower, all before 7 o'clock when I had to get my boys up, or before my husband had to get up for work. So I know I'm a morning person, but that was the only way that I can find time for me. And I was willing to make like these random sacrifices just to have that balance. So anyway, that was one. And I clean daily. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I clean daily regardless, because that's what I do all day. But at least that's what people think I do all day. But when I mean I clean daily, I mean like I try to go to sleep with all the dishes in the dishwasher. I always wipe down my counters. I always just make sure my house is decent when I go to bed. Like, you know, I sweep twice a day. These are just small habits that I made that kind of just help like maintain order in my house. And when I can maintain order in my house, I just feel mentally so much better, and that's just something I take pride in, and that might not be for everyone, but it's for me. And it's like, I need that to like stay balanced. I also should very much piggyback off the fact that like my husband's probably one of the most hands-on fathers and husbands really I know. Like, he comes home from work and he is very much like a hard worker. He's a mechanic and he works like legit, like I think 12 hours a day, and will come home, go straight into what his kids are doing, whether they're at practice or they have a game or it's homework or dinner or bath time, whatever it is, wherever we're at in the evening, he dives right into that and takes over. So I am very thankful that happened, but that's a small habit that was created when my oldest was younger, and it's something that just truly made my life easier, or our lives easier. So I know it's not for everyone, but if you can, like, you know, balance off those moments in that manner, it does help. Little things like that have helped. Also, like, starting dinner earlier. If I'm doing a crock pot, like I'm about to get off the camera and do a crock pot for dinner tonight before I pick up the kids from school. That way when they're home, I can be there to do their homework, to play crafts, to play blocks, to watch TV, to just hang out and be with them until it's time to cook dinner. It's just, they are growing up so fast, dude. Like, I blink and they're getting bigger and bigger, and I already have a hard time with Zay. Like, my postpartum depression was so bad and I wasted so much time like just in a really bad spot, and I feel like I'm always trying to make up for that. And I think that's why my time management kind of revolves around like trying to get quality time with them. I know what it's like to feel like I got robbed of that, and I don't want them to feel like they got robbed of that. So I try my best to make these small habits, these changes. It just helped like evolve my life, not just as a mother but as a wife as well. Like, my husband comes home, and once everything's done and the kids are asleep, like, we get to have like true undivided attention. He can play Call of Duty and I'll sit there and read a book, or we just sit in bed and watch TV, or we just sit next to whatever we're doing, but we don't have to do things around the house, or I gotta clean tonight because it's just, it causes like a smoother transition throughout the day, I promise you. Next one, my other pro tip for this one I'm gonna get shade for, but you can leave your comments down below because I'm very interested to see what anyone else has to say about it. Instacart, Target pickup orders. They are your best friends. I don't care what anyone tells you. I'm telling you because I'm your friend. They are your best friends. I am not one of those people like, I need to go to the store and like check my meat out in person. I'm not like that. Instacart, I do throughout the week. I will add into my carts. I got two shopping carts on Instacart and a Target, like my Target app. I always have those 3 apps going, adding what I see we're missing or what I think we might need throughout the week into my cart. And I plan all of my meals throughout the week. And this is another pro tip. If you're budgeting for a family of 4 like we are, I always try to make sure my meals have leftovers so that my husband can go to work with a packed lunch rather than trying to spend money on lunch, 6 days out of the week. So that's just what I try to do. I found that that's the best way for me to meal prep and like just plan ahead. And also Instacart and Target, I only do pickup orders for them. I only use Aldi, Wegmans, and Target. So Aldi and Wegmans are on the Instacart. Actually, I use BJ's too, so both 4. And they're all just like right there store pickups. They don't charge for the store pickups. And I found that I spend less money not going into stores. Specifically Target, to be fair. But like, I really do. Like, I'll just only get the things we need. If I don't see it, I don't know I'm missing it. It works for me. But I know it doesn't work for everyone. This is just how I try to manage my time, guys, and it helps. I don't want to spend 2 hours at a shopping store. Like, I don't even like go in the grocery stores anymore. Like, things are just wild out here. I'd rather just pick up my order and keep it pushing. So again, that's just how I do it. It works. And it keeps, like I said, it keeps me in my budget, guys. My last one, and this is probably my most important one, and this one's a very, very hard one for most parents to accept. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it directly. Hear me when I say this. How do you do it all? It's the number one question we hear all the time. The answer is, you don't. Simple. You don't. The sooner you accept this, the sooner that you will be able to manage things in your life a little bit easier. We weren't programmed to do it all. That's something we all have to accept. We were not programmed to carry the weight of everything on our shoulders and do it like alone. Lean into your friends, lean into your family, lean into your spouses. Give some responsibility off to the kids. Whatever you got to do to kind of manage things that work best for you in your home. For me, one of the things that work is my son, my oldest son, well, both my sons, but my oldest son in particular, he cleans his entire room. I make him clean it every day just so that he doesn't have to, you know, worry about it getting messy. And I don't mean it like aggressive, like I make him clean every day, but I do. Like, dude, straighten up your room before you play outside, or dude, straighten up your room before you play the Xbox, something like that. Like I told you guys, like I'm very blessed. My husband's very hands-on. When he comes home and he's with his kids and he's doing bath time or playing or whatever, I utilize that time to do whatever else I need to do throughout the house, or, you know, spend that time with them. But I'm not taking on everything by myself. You know, he's doing bath time while I'm finishing up dinner. He's, you know, putting Xavier to bed while I'm finishing up the laundry. Like, whatever it is that we got going on, because I'm not saying that my schedule runs according every single day. You know, if we have like sports, you know, what are we doing? You know, I'm throwing his wash in. Yeah, it's like little things. You just, it's a partnership, and if you can find support anywhere in that area, you definitely should. Now, let's just say like you are a single mom or single parent and you don't have any help whatsoever. And some of the ways that I have found my friends have alleviated their stressors, and I can't speak from my experience, but I can speak from theirs. Some of the things that they got was a laundry service, which I thought was genius. Like, I even wanted to use it. And there's an app for that you can get, and they come and I think pick it up from your house, and it's just like this whole cool thing. Like, I love that energy. And I have, the other suggestion was a cleaning service. My girlfriend works a full-time job and she has 2 kids and a husband, but they're all busy. They're in sports, they have a lot of things going on, so they did hire somebody to help clean, I think twice a month, or yeah, I think every other week, and absolutely has changed her entire like life. Like, she's like, I can focus on things, you know, I don't have to worry about deep cleaning this weekend. I can take my kids to the, you know, pumpkin patch, I don't know where or whatever, you know, things like that. So those were 2 things. And the other thing on how to like kind of, you know, make things a little easier, crock pot meals are huge for me, or like one pot recipes are huge, which I will start putting on my channel pretty soon. So I can't wait to start doing our cook with me's. But again, if you don't have any way of accessing any of that additional support, and you don't have additional support in there, the only last suggestion I can make is to just acknowledge that, okay, well, we can't do it all, but we could do what we can. And that's legitimately all that matters at the end, is you showing up for what you can, when you can, and the best version of yourself. By doing that, you're doing what's best for your children. That, my loves, is how I manage time as a mom. I hope that I helped a few of you, give you some tips and tricks on how to make life a little bit easier. But ultimately, I try my best, and this is my secret to my time management motivation. I try my best to do everything I can so that while my kids are at school, I can decompress and do what I want to do instead of doing the things I have to do. So during the day, I can go to the store and shop if I want to. And you know, I go to the gym while they're at school, and I just try to do things that the house needs, but on my time, and not on like I have to do this right now, I have to do this right now. Because when you are needed on the clock and off the clock, it's truly exhausting. So I do have motive to my madness. Anyway, I hope I helped some of you guys out. Let me know in the comments if any of this you have used or that you are trying personally now yourself. I look forward to hearing everything you guys have to say. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.